Welcome to Why Voices. It's good to be back in the lab one more time. I got a very good stock that we want to talk about today. Is really a great buy right now. I've done the research on this particular one, and you guys are going to be excited when I bring this one to everybody's attention. Yeah, we're going to be looking at the charts on this one today. But before we get started, I just want to talk just briefly to young investors again. I had earlier, we had talked about 8 things that a young investor that's really trying to build their portfolios need to know. I've talked about 8 things and I want to reiterate them today before we jump into ticker symbol APP, Avalon. You guys are going to love it. But let's talk about those 8 things before we jump into it. Number one, if you're going to be a great investor, you need to learn as a young adult, learn to pay cash. Okay? Learn to pay cash. The credit cards is just a trap for you guys, okay? You get those credit cards and you get to paying double-digit interest on them. No wonder you can't save no money, okay? You're giving all your money to someone else that don't even love you, don't even care about you. So as a young investor, the first thing we need to do is learn how to pay cash for what you want, okay? Save your money and pay cash by all means necessary. And then, number two, know where your money's going. Know where your money is going. I don't care if you have to, get you a little note tablet, okay, and start tracking where you're spending your money. That way you'll know where you can save, where you can cut, certain things off and then invest it in the market. Okay. Third thing you need to know is learn to manage your affairs. When I say manage your affairs, I mean learn to live within your means. Okay. You don't have to be out there, buying the Gucci bag or the designer jeans, all that stuff right now. Learn to live within your means. I'd rather for you to live within your means, okay, and have a lot of money in the market than walking around here flashing, okay, and you ain't got no money in the bank, no money in the market, no money in your pocket, okay? You guys work hard for your money, okay? So learn to live within your means. When I was your age, they had what you call layaway back in the day. Layaway was where you could go get the item, okay, and you would pay something down on it, and then when the next payday came around, you'd put some more down on it until you paid that item off, and then you took the item home, okay? Well, none of this credit card eating you up 13, 15% interest. So since we don't have layaway no more, just learn to put some money aside. And then when you get enough money, go purchase what you want to get. Okay? That's called living within your means. Okay? And when you buy, another thing that's going to help you guys out, when you guys buy, you guys just going out there and buying, but you're not stopping and thinking and looking for the sale. Some of the things that you guys buy, it was on sale last week, but you didn't even know. Okay? So start looking at the sales, okay? Sale Look at the sales before you spend money, okay? And I'm here to tell you guys another great place to go and get some good items. Sometimes it's the Goodwill. The Goodwill, thrift stores, those are good places that you guys can go and find some great deals. You just never know what you're going to walk up on whenever you go into a Goodwill or a thrift store. But let me tell you, sometimes you can come out there way ahead. I mean, you get a pair of jeans, $7, nice blazer, $8, All you gotta do sometimes, drop it in the cleaners and boy, you clean, okay? So those are some good spots. And then my last and final word about the 8 things that you need to learn as a young investor is, and this is really a two-part deal. The younger generation don't know anything about this. You guys need to learn how to sew, okay? This is a skill that's going to save you a lot of money. Learn how to sew. But more than that, when I'm talking to my young females, okay, most of you guys don't even know how to do your own hair. Now think about that. Yeah, not only the females, not only young females, but some of the young males too. Learn how to do your own hair. Learn how to braid your own hair, okay? You guys can practice on each other. And for the guys, you can get your own set of clippers, okay? Get you a set of clippers, okay? And start cutting your own hair and watch how much money you're going to save, okay? That $30, that $50 a pop. And for the ladies, it's $200, $300 a pop, okay? That's a lot of money that you can invest in the stock market. And so today we're talking about a great stock that we could be thinking about investing in. I already have this one in my portfolio, but it's ticker symbol APP, Avalon, Avalon. And you guys, some of you guys might be saying, well, what is Avalon? What is ticker symbol APP? I'm glad you asked. This particular stock, they help apps. They help apps develop and grow using powered AI tools that match the right user with the right app. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. They own and operate mobile games played by millions worldwide. Okay? They own, okay, and operate those mobile games that people's playing, okay? They run massive advertisement networks, helping companies reach customers inside their mobile device. This is what Avalon do, okay? Yeah, Avalon. Avalon is the engine that helps apps go viral, okay? Uh, they 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 help apps go viral, they make money, and they scale. You want to scale your business? Okay. Some of the apps that's out there that help you scale your business, Avalon is the one that helps them keep going. Avalon, and people say to me, why is APP interesting right now? I'm glad you asked. Because when you ask this question, we have to look at the great and the one who taught me a lot, Mr. Warren Buffett. He says always, if you can't buy a great company, buy it low and sell high. He said, own great companies with great, strong balance sheets. That's coming from the multi-billionaire, okay? And guess what, guys? APP is just that. AP balance sheets. What young investors should know. Here are the key highlights from the latest report and data on APP. Total assets of this company is growing strongly. 7.26 billion in total assets. Up from 20, that was in 25, but up from 2024, 5.87 billion that they had in 24, but they grew a couple billion in 1 year, okay? Let's look at the cash position. Their cash position in this company has exploded, okay? Their cash jumped to 2.487 billion in 25, up from 697 million in 24. Ooh wee! That is a huge jump, okay? That's a 256% increase in cold hard cash, okay? Which is a huge sign for financial strength in a company, okay? Another thing about this company, APPs, they got strong working capital. Working capital rose 3.09 billion in 25, up from 1.25 billion in 24. Okay? Huge. You know, we need to look under the table sometime to look at these companies, see what they're all about. And when you look at the money, okay, APP is one that you really need to have in your portfolio, okay? Shareholders' equity is growing. Equity increased to 2.135 billion in 25, up from 1.09 billion in 24. Another huge jump last year. All this was taking place before we received our new president, okay? And you guys know, how the market has been acting ever since our new president has come into office. The trajectory has went down. And remember, uh, when the market is down, that's when we as young investors need to learn how to get greedy, okay? The market is down right now, okay? But I want to go a little deep, just dig a little deeper in this company before I get off here and let y'all know their debt, the company's debt is manageable. Their total debt sits around 3.545 billion, but the company has been raising cash and has a strong revenue engine, okay? And, most people think that, because the company is carrying a little debt, that's a bad deal. But sometimes debt is not bad for a company like this, because you can borrow more money and use it as a tool to make your company bigger and better. And I think what they're doing with this money is, why the market is down. I think they're restructuring, they're adding more AI into the company. And then once the economy turns around and, we get out, if we get out of this war, which I'm thinking is going to probably take a year before we get out of it, it's a senseless war, but hey, we in it, okay? But this company is dropped. I'm going to show you guys on the chart where it was and where it is now. And I'm going to show you just a little bit where, if you guys start putting this in your portfolio little by little, and when the market turns, I'm going to show you where it's going to go to in just a little bit. Yeah. The balance sheet shows growth. This company, it shows cash strength and raising equity. This company is positioned in booming industries Think about that. This company is positioned in booming industries. Industries like mobile gaming. Yeah, everything that you go on your phone, all these little games that's popping up. Yeah, APP is behind that. AI powered advertisement. AI. Hey, I don't know if you guys know it, but AI is here. And AI, hey, is powering a lot of things, okay? And guess who's behind that? This company, APP, okay? AP monetization, three sectors. Yeah, they specialize in those three sectors: mobile gaming, AI powered advertisement, and monetization. Okay, and guess what? These three sectors, listen to me very carefully, is not going anywhere. This company is going to make a bag. They generate real revenue from real products used by millions of users. Buying crate companies when they're temporary down is how wealth is built. Listen to me, young adults. Buying companies while they're down is how real wealth is built. This is the Warren Buffett mindset you teach. And what Warren Buffett tells us? Be greedy when other people are fearful. So, to all my young adults, my finest message to you is, and I want you young people to listen closely. You don't build wealth by chasing hype. You don't build wealth by understanding companies, studying their you. I say you build wealth, brother, by understanding the company, okay, studying their financials, and buying them when the price is low, not when everybody else is excited. And so this company, APP, is right under the radar right now. And we're going to go ahead and look at the charts real quick on this one. I always take you guys to the chart. And I want to show you guys something real quick here on the charts. I want you to look at this bad boy. 1 year ago, this one was up to $745.61. And I told you guys we always go back a year, and let's bring it back. From 745.61, it fell back down to $200, okay? Year to date. As you guys see, year to date, it went back up from the 200 to $300.59 right here on the chart, okay? And then as we see it, it was up here at 683, it went down. We're just talking about a year ago, it went down to 359, okay? Now let's pop up 6 months. 6 months ago, we see it at 359. We see the all-time high back here, but that's where it was at. 6 months, it held 360, 359. It ran sideways for a few months. Let's look at the 3 months. 3 months ago, you see the 359 there, but guess what? There it was up there. See how 359 ago? That's just 3 months ago. But I want you guys to look at the steady rise. It rose 3 months ago from 359 all the way up to $458.67. This is huge. Now let's look at the month, you guys. Okay, it was down at about the 360s, okay? We had a little run. It ran from 366, 67. It ran up to 520, and then it fell back down. It fell back down to 458.67. But now we're getting close, guys. Let's look at 5 days ago. We saw it at the 520, okay? And 5 days ago, look where it dropped. It dropped all the way down to $446.66. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a line there, let y'all know where it dropped down to. Right there, 466. That was 5 days ago, okay? And then let's look at it one day, or today. Today, where is it at? It jumped from 446, went all the way up to 465. It tried to run, but you guys remember, we're in a war, and it fell back down, okay? It fell back down. And let's go ahead and start opening this up today. Fell back down, and it closed off with a little run. It fell to 450. Okay, so let's open it up some more. And at the end of the day, had a little rally. It ran all the way up to 458.67. You guys, I think this one right here, you guys start putting this in your portfolio because it's going to fluctuate. You guys catch it under $450. Put a little bit of this in your portfolio, okay, and keep doing it. It's gonna bounce around for a little bit, but we waiting for the big bull run. We're gonna see this eventually. That all-time high, 683.50, we're gonna see it again. But you guys can get it down here now at 450 a share. Okay? Get it at 450, under 450. See it under 450, write this down, buy a little bit, put it in your portfolio, okay? You know, for 460s, 450, and if you guys catch it under that, put a little bit in your portfolio, okay? And then over the next couple of months, you guys gonna see how this thing takes off and go to the moon. And then once we figure out what we're gonna do with this war that we're in now, and if we can even get out of it, you know, we'll see. But we learn from the best guys. And the best in the business is Warren Buffett. He teaches us, be greedy. Yeah, back that Brinks trick up. Be greedy when everybody else is fearful. Real investors understand that you buy low. And when it go back up high, you're going to make a whole lot of money. Talk to you guys soon. If you like this type of content, you guys just keep, subscribe, hit the like button, share it out. It really helps the algorithm, And I'll be talking to you guys soon. Love all you guys.